What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about majorly about Philippe Coutinho, and also Jurgen Klopp spoke out about Shaqiri and his immediate future, whether he will be sold or whether he will stay at Liverpool. So let me know guys, would you welcome Coutinho back for a cut price deal? Because Bayern Munich has just announced that they will not take up the option to buy Coutinho at the end of his loan spell, at the end of the season, because the option is a 120 million euro signing clause. And if you consider that Coutinho scored 6 goals in 16 league games, that doesn't sound too bad. But if you add in the fact that 3 of those goals came in a hat-trick against Werder Bremen in just one game, so if you take that Werder Bremen game out of the equation, he just scored 3 goals in 15 games throughout the rest of the season, and frankly that is not worth 120 million euros. But I think for something like 60 or maybe 70 million pounds, which is like 80 million euros, I honestly think that Coutinho would improve Liverpool. If you seriously think that this current Liverpool midfield can't be improved by Coutinho, I don't think you are right, because many people seems to have forgotten how good Coutinho was at Liverpool. And it's not just me saying it, it's many people saying it, and I've been watching Liverpool for many years now, and Coutinho was Liverpool's best player at the club for many years by a country mile. Before, of course, we signed a lot of world-class players, or we made a lot of players that we signed into world-class players. So my question to you guys is, would you take Coutinho at Liverpool if it was for a cut price deal? Because I think if it's anywhere near 100 million pounds, I would say sorry Barcelona, but we are not paying that. But if it's more closer to 50-60 million pounds, I would say that Coutinho would improve this Liverpool midfield, and I think that Jurgen Klopp could take this Liverpool team to an even higher level with a player who can create a lot of goals and who can get a lot of assists. I still think that he's not playing in a system which gets the best out of Coutinho. And of course guys, if you enjoy these Liverpool transfer news videos, please leave a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss the latest Liverpool transfer news and Liverpool news updates. So Bayern had the option to buy Coutinho at the end of his loan spell, but German outlet Bild claims that the Bundesliga champions are unconvinced by Coutinho's performances because he has been pretty inconsistent. And Coutinho, of course, joined on a 1-year loan deal from Barcelona last summer, and he is now 28 years old, or in the summer he will be 28 years old. So I don't think there are many options for him. Of course, the good news for him is that Valverde has been sacked by Barcelona, and Quique Setien, the former Real Betis manager, who actually was the only manager who could win at the Nou Camp as an away manager for like 68 games. Barcelona only lost one league game at home, and that was to Real Betis, which was managed by Quique Setien at the time. And of course he is coming from the Cruyff football school, so he will play probably very attractive football, and maybe he will have room for Coutinho in his tactical setup, so that may open the door for Coutinho to go back to Barcelona. In all competitions, Coutinho has actually scored 7 goals and got 7 assists, which doesn't look as bad as maybe his league form or loan. But these impressive statistics can be misleading, and I want to paint a correct, accurate picture for you guys. So Coutinho scored 6 goals and got 5 assists against the bottom 4 teams in the Bundesliga, which means that against the majority of the good teams, Coutinho has barely scored or assisted, which really is a very disappointing statistic. And also, if you take into account that he has failed to get 1 goal or 1 assist against a team in the top half of the table. So the Bundesliga has 18 teams. So this means that against the top 9 teams in the Bundesliga, Coutinho is silent. No goals, no assists against the better teams. So that is a little bit, or rather a lot of like concern, because does this mean that Coutinho's best days are over? I'm not so sure. Is it because he's playing in a system at Bayern Munich which doesn't get the best out of Coutinho? This system is tailor-made for Robert Lewandowski to really flourish and for wingers to put in crosses for Lewandowski. And Coutinho is not really an out-and-out winger. That was a problem for him at Barcelona. And he's not an out-and-out centre midfielder either. He's like an inside inverted winger who likes to come inside and shoot with his right foot. He's not really a winger who will bomb down the touchline and whip crosses in. He's not that type of player. And I think at Liverpool he had a specific role and a specific tactics designed around Coutinho to get the best out of Coutinho, and it made sense for Jurgen Klopp to do that because at the time Coutinho was Liverpool's best player, so it made sense to play a system that gets the best out of Coutinho. Right now the big question is, will Liverpool change their system if we get Coutinho back? And frankly, I think Liverpool are in a very comfortable position. We don't really need Coutinho, and we can say to Barcelona, give us Coutinho for like £60 million or sell him to somebody else. And I don't think Liverpool need to go any higher than that, because Coutinho is probably maybe past his best days. And I think part of me is sentimental and nostalgic, and part of me wants to bring back Coutinho so he can fulfill his dream and win the Premier League title with Liverpool. And that won't happen, of course, this season, because Coutinho will stay at Bayern until the summer. But maybe next season I think Liverpool will be one of the favorites for the title. Not the favorites, but one of the favorites alongside Manchester City. And I think with Coutinho, Liverpool would have a better chance. It all depends on the transfer fee and the wages. If Coutinho would cost something like 70 or 80 million pounds and he would command bigger wages than somebody like Van Dijk or Salah, then I would say no thanks. But if Coutinho would be available for a very cut price deal, then I would be all for Liverpool signing him. So there is a big doubt, a big cloud hanging over the future of Coutinho. And Coutinho, I wonder inside, how does he feel? What does his heart say? I'm sure that he has partly, or maybe fully even, regretted the decision to go to Barcelona, which in hindsight, of course, it's very easy to say it was the wrong move for him to make. But you have to put yourself into Coutinho's shoes. He's a Brazilian. He grew up watching Barcelona, watching Ronaldinho. He was fantasizing about him playing one day for either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Almost all Brazilian players fantasize about that. Coutinho should have stayed at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp even said that if he stays at Liverpool, he will be a superstar there. But if he goes to Barcelona or any other big club, he will be just another player, just another star, not even the biggest star. Coutinho was the biggest star at Liverpool. But I think it was necessary for Liverpool's evolution to take the next step, to sign Alisson, to sign Van Dijk. It was necessary to sell Coutinho for 140 million. So in hindsight, we can even be grateful to Coutinho to actually cause a big scene and get his dream move to Barcelona. Would Liverpool have signed Van Dijk? Would Liverpool have signed Alisson? Would Liverpool have signed Naby Keita and other players without the Coutinho transfer fee? And that's a big question, and I'm not sure. I don't think we would have signed all of those players. Definitely not. We wouldn't have had the money, in my opinion. And also, if we hadn't signed those players, Liverpool wouldn't be like on course to win their first Premier League title and the first league title for 30 years. So that's the cold hard truth. But I still think that if there is a deal that can be worked out, then Coutinho would be a useful addition and a good upgrade into the Liverpool midfield, in my opinion, because we have a lot of hard-working players in the Liverpool midfield, and of course we have goal scorers like Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain, but they are very injury-prone, and I think that Coutinho would just add another armor or another weapon into Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's hands, and it would just boost Liverpool's chances of winning the title next season. And I want ultimately what's best for Liverpool FC, so I want us to have as many great players as possible, but it's not so easy in real life, of course, to do this. So I'm really hoping that Coutinho fulfills his ultimate goal of being the main man for one of the big clubs in Europe, because at Barcelona and at Bayern Munich he isn't the main man. So I think either he goes back to Barcelona and he improves his form and really hits his strides, but that's very hard to see, or he goes back to Liverpool or he goes to another club. Paris Saint-Germain have been linked with Coutinho as well. So I just want to see Coutinho back at his absolute best, because it's quite painful to watch him like slowly decline year on year after leaving Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp was asked what he thinks about Liverpool potentially selling Xherdan Shaqiri, and this is what he said: the majority of January and December we had the bench full of kids, wonderful kids, but still kids. So how could we think about giving people away to anyone, any club? It's not about Shaqiri, it's about everyone. We have to keep them for sorting our situation, not the situation for different clubs. If somebody would come around the corner and ask properly, but that probably won't happen. But if they are desperate, then we think about a sale, but there's absolutely no intention from our side to do anything. That means that Liverpool won't be selling Xherdan Shaqiri in the January transfer window. And according to the James Pearce, who used to work for the Liverpool Echo, is well connected around Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool have turned down 2 loan offers from Sevilla and from AS Roma, because Jurgen Klopp clearly is trying to keep his squad together in Liverpool's pursuit for the Champions League, for the Premier League title and for the FA Cup as well. James Pearce is saying that Shaqiri is available for a permanent transfer in the summer if somebody is willing to buy Shaqiri for as much as 30 million euros, which would be of course another brilliant piece of business, because Shaqiri cost just 12 million pounds, which is like 15-16 million euros, something like that. And Liverpool could double their money on Shaqiri. I really love Shaqiri as a player and as a person. I think he's a brilliant character, a great guy, and we need him fully fit to be a very good option off the bench. And I think he will play against Shrewsbury in the League Cup and against some Premier League teams as well in the future. I think he's a kind of a fan favorite at Liverpool since he transferred in from Stoke City, and I really don't want Shaqiri to leave, but it's understandable if he wants to, because Shaqiri has played a lot less football than I expected, mainly because of the niggling injuries, and also because Liverpool, usually play Salah, Mane and Firmino up front. Shaqiri is not really a center midfielder, and on the right wing Shaqiri just can't get into the team ahead of Mohamed Salah. So it's very, very hard for Jurgen Klopp to pick him consistently because of him getting injured all the time, and also because Liverpool have such great such great players up front in Shaqiri's position. And Liverpool, I think, are in the plans to buy a big signing, a big attacking signing in the summer, and that would bump Shaqiri down the pecking order even further. So I can see Liverpool maybe selling Shaqiri in the summer. And some great injury news for you guys. Dejan Lovren returned to the training with Liverpool on Tuesday after 6 weeks on the sidelines, and he said that he is feeling very happy to be back. He's 30 years old and he has been struggling with injuries many times during his career, but Liverpool have come through this period where we lost Lovren, Matip and Fabinho without actually losing any games. Actually, we won all the games in the last part of December and the early part of January. And Matip was back in full training as well after recovering from the knee problem, and Fabinho played a few minutes against Man United. So Liverpool have more and more players coming back from injuries, and that can only mean a good thing, that we can rotate. And I think it's the best time, because Liverpool will need the full squad, because after Wolves we play Shrewsbury, and then after that we have another big Premier League game. So Liverpool will have to rely on the whole squad. And former Liverpool striker John Aldridge believes that this current Liverpool team could be the best in Liverpool's history, as they are heading towards the first league title in the Premier League era. And this is what he said: "You are looking at a team that's right up there with the best Liverpool teams of all time. What they have done this year is ridiculous with all the things they have won. If they can cap it off by winning the Premier League, they are possibly the best Liverpool team in history. For the last 12 months or more, it's been pretty incredible. With Jurgen Klopp at the helm for another 4 years or so, and what he's got to build with, they might be able to match what Manchester City did, and Liverpool, Manchester United and Arsenal teams of the past did." What he's referring to is to maybe win like 2 titles in 3 years or 2 titles in 4 years. And Man City, of course, did an incredible like quadruple of some sorts, of winning the Community Shield, the Premier League, the League Cup and the FA Cup. So they won all the domestic trophies available, and Liverpool, I really hope that they can do that as well, because that would be just magnificent. I don't think Liverpool can, of course, we can't win the League Cup or the Community Shield this season, but we can win the FA Cup, we can win the Premier League. And if we could somehow sneak in and win the Champions League for the second time in 2 years and make the final for the 3rd year in a row, that would be just amazing. But I think that in Europe it will be even harder, because there are a lot of world-class teams and everybody will want to beat Liverpool and to take that Champions League crown away from them. So I think that for Liverpool it will be a big test, the Champions League, especially Atletico Madrid. It's going to be a huge test. But first, Liverpool need to make sure that we win the Premier League title. So I hope that we win it as early as possible, so we can concentrate on the Champions League. But remember, last season we won the Champions League while we had to win every game in the Premier League as well in the last 2 months. And Liverpool managed to win the Champions League, but before that Liverpool managed to win 9 Premier League games in a row at the end of the season. Now I think Liverpool are on a 13-game winning streak, which is also incredibly mind-blowingly beautiful, and I really hope that we keep it going, so we beat Manchester City's record of winning like 21 games in a row or something crazy like that. I really hope that Liverpool beat that record. And Virgil van Dijk said that it's not a single player, it's not him or anybody else that makes this Liverpool's team so defensively strong, but it's the collective unit. Everyone is involved in that, and this is what Van Dijk said. "We have a fantastic goalkeeper, 2 fullbacks doing their job, our midfielders and stars obviously up front, so it is a whole collective thing. But obviously as a defender we are very pleased to keep clean sheets, because we all know that with us, if we keep a clean sheet, there is a big chance to win the game, so it's a good feeling. We can't deny that we are in a good situation, but we don't get carried away. These things don't mean anything at the moment, only at the end of the season. Hopefully it does mean something at the end of the season. We all know why we are doing it. We all know why we work so hard for each other. I think the very good thing about this is that we are always trying to find a way to win games. It will never be easy, we all know that, but I think the good thing is we know it is never going to be easy, so you can adapt to deal with certain situations. Also the mentality we have, we know there are going to be setbacks in games, we know there will be difficult moments in games, but if you are ready to face them, it makes it a little bit easier. And Liverpool will play Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to that game. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be back with more videos to come tomorrow, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you later guys. Goodbye.